I'm Steve Hankey, Head of Commercial and Vendor Management here at EGE. My role is to go out and evaluate the viability of vendors in the current mobile, tablet and IoT market. I've been involved in the rugged category almost from its very inception, and with the exit of the Cat and the Bullet brand, it left a gap in the marketplace for rugged. We spent quite some time looking at some of the brands from all over, from Europe, from the US and from China, and after evaluating most of them, we found out that Sonim was probably heads and tails above with both a product offering but also the back office offering which is needed to work correctly within the UK. People sometimes ask me why I should recommend Sonim versus some of the other brands that are actually out there. We evaluated the actual price, the specification and also the design of the actual devices. They have a track record of producing what they call carrier grade devices. To my knowledge, I think Sonim are the only rugged brand manufacturer to actually have a carrier listing in the US with both Verizon and AT&T. I was also quite happy with their understanding of all relevant safety certificates and product specification sheets and the ability to speak to a UK team. In addition to some of the things that I've spoken about with regards to Sonim and what sets it apart from some of the other manufacturers that are currently there in the UK, Sonim have a good history of supporting critical comms, and for those that don't fully understand what that means, we're talking about things such as headsets, microphones, stuff that you would see the police, the armed forces using when access to the device itself is perhaps not practical. EGE can stock all of those devices as well, and I think that sets them apart from some of the other brands which are sort of a device only. In addition to that, there is also an MDM solution which Sonim provide on some of their devices, so it really is the rounded package. The rugged space, truly rugged space, is still relatively niche. However, it is a growing market in the UK. Our customers should consider adding this product to their range, as it is invaluable for certain sectors of the market whereby the traditional mobile phone manufacturers' IP ratings don't really suffice. It will give you a point of difference as well in the offering that you put out into some of your customer base. So the rugged device market in the UK has gone through some change and some consolidation over the last couple of years since Cat exited the market. Cat were market leaders for many years, and upon their demise we saw a huge influx of some of the Chinese brands, and on paper at least and on pricing they seem to offer great value for money. But as part and parcel of the research that we've mentioned previously, after about 6 months we started to hear some true horror stories about the returns of those devices. Now, bearing in mind these are rugged devices, returns, if anything, should be slightly lower. So we initially saw a huge influx of these new devices which people rapidly adopted, but then again, as I've mentioned, within 6 to 12 months they've actually started to derange some of those because they're not quite the same product that they perhaps thought that they were buying. So for me, we now need to establish a new market leader. Sonim has done this across both US, across Europe, and is now here in the UK with EGE, and I think they need to prove that their product is as good as it says it is. I'm confident that it is. With regards to Sonim, I would ask customers considering adopting a rugged range to remember that they have already established themselves in multiple markets across the world. They're a US-based company, highly successful over in the US. They've also introduced themselves in Europe, and they are now here in the UK with EGE. I think the breadth of their ranging decisions has been truly extraordinary. On a personal note, I was at Disney World at the back end of last year and was quite surprised and pleased to see that every single Disney employee was actually using a Sonim device. For me, I think that speaks loads for the brand. The Sonim opportunity in the UK at this point in time is to become the market leader in rugged and critical comms. Out of all the brands I've evaluated over the last 12-18 months, Sonim are heads and tails above everyone else. So if you want to learn some more information about Sonim, there are multiple options. You'll probably see that the EGE marketing team is highly active in sending out some of the device specifications, but I would really encourage you to actually get the devices in your hand and evaluate them for yourself. There are a number of ways of doing this. You can contact us directly on the website. You can speak to your EGE account manager. As I mentioned at the beginning of this, I'm Steve Hankey. By all means, reach out to me, send me a direct message. We can do Teams, we can do in person, we can arrange for samples of product to give you the confidence to range Sonim.